Hi Gemini, Sun and Gemini rising. This is going to be a reading for you for February 2021 using the tarot cards. We'll look at past, present, future energies coming up around February 2021 for you Gemini. Before doing so, let's pull an oracle card as a message for Gemini from their highest self to them for February 2021 to ground this reading. What have we got for Gemini? Sound the fierce flute. Sound the fierce flute. Let me read up on that and see what's the message in store for Gemini. Okay, I haven't seen this card before. Discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned to your spiritual intentions. Like a fierce sounding flute, cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent, your discernment allows you to stay true to your values and spiritual destiny, without getting caught up in distraction. If you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, then discerning between higher and lower vibrational choices is helpful. So I guess it's a message. We don't want to accept help from every single person. We don't want to accept everybody's energy because, we absorb that. We have to discern what's right and wrong. So making better choices, I think, is the message coming through for the month of February for Gemini. Let's get right into these cards. I'll pull 3 for past, present, future each, and then we can clarify with some more. So what's coming up for Gemini and Gemini rising? What's been going on recently for them? Let's see. We've got the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, a lot on your mind, Wheel of Fortune. You had to get away from a stressful situation in order to kind of get a clear mind and choices. It's funny that the sound of the fierce flute talked to us about discerning choices. 2 of Swords is all about making a decision which sword to choose, but it's hard. It's not an easy choice. But look, I feel like you left it all feeling optimistic. Before we get into those, let's look at what is going on around Gemini now currently. What's going on around Gemini currently? Your beliefs about the world are shifting and changing right now, Gemini. You're feeling more optimistic, I think. Presently, we've got the 9 of Cups. Yeah, optimistic and fulfilled. Oh, 10 of Cups. Happy, happy energy. Yay, beautiful energy. 5 of Wands. All right. Let's see what's coming up then in the immediate future. Coming up end of February, beginning of March 2021 for Gemini. What can they expect to experience? The Emperor, the 8 of Wands, the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, Gemini. All right. So yeah, look, there is a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. I have an Aquarius card here with the 6 of Swords happening in February. In your fellow air sign Aquarius, this month for Gemini rising, we have Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, the Sun, and Mercury all in Aquarius for February. Really massive lineup of planets in the sign of Aquarius. For Gemini rising, it's your 9th house of beliefs, of philosophy, of foreign cultures and learning and higher education and just higher ascending spiritually. So look, this card talked about a choice and discerning our choices. It doesn't mean we're being judgmental, but it does tell me, Gemini, that in the recent past, you've had to be pretty discerning with your choices. You know, you've had to kind of think things through. It kind of involved you, I think, moving away from some sort of an unpleasant situation, something that had caused you so much stress. You kind of had to make the decision to do that. And now that wasn't you being cold or cutting or severing ties. It was really like you had tried to help these people anyway, or you were in a situation that you were trying your best for these people, but they weren't really willing to help themselves. You had to kind of break away. You had to get away. And you know what? That breakaway did you the world of good, because the Wheel of Fortune coming up is telling me that now you are feeling a real sense of optimism again. Look, the past couple of weeks, the past month might have, you even feel like that you had somebody looking after you, like somebody guarding you almost. You know, you had, I feel like, I got this message when I was meditating earlier for you, Gemini, like you reached the top of a mountain peak or something, and there was almost like a warning, stop, don't go any further right now. Don't rush into anything. Don't do anything reckless. Take your time and consider. There's a lot that you've had to consider. There's a lot there has been a lot on your mind. Wheel of Fortune is coming up saying that, look, what goes up must come down. Yes, but if things have been down, it's now telling me that the wheel is turning again in your favor, Gemini. Jupiter ruling this card is in that 9th house for Gemini rising. You might be kind of feeling like a renewed sense of optimism, and we have Jupiter in Pisces here as well. Maybe around your career, Gemini, or a renewed sense of optimism around making travel plans, wanting to see the world, I feel like you've reached the top on something. Maybe you're going to have to start all over again with something else. There's just kind of no further. I saw you at the top of a mountain at like a really high peak. And then there was like, it wasn't like a scary warning, but it was like, stop, you've gone as far as you can with this. Don't push yourself too much more. Coming up in the present, before we'll clarify these rows, but I love to see all these cups energies here. You might be dealing with the Pisces in your life at the moment. That's making you sort of feel a renewed sense of optimism and just like feeling fun again, or feeling in touch with what makes you feel happy again. But I do see that presently, Gemini, there is a lot of people that are gravitating towards you. There's probably, for some people, a lot of people fighting over you. I feel like if there has been any issues with family though, like a family squabble, it looks like it's not too serious in any case. The 5 of Wands maybe just tells me of some sort of like an argument that's been going on around you and your family at the moment, I'm seeing. 10 of Cups being more of a family energy, or a loved one, somebody that you're maybe in a loving relationship with. Nothing too serious, but it looks like presently, Gemini, you've realized that you've kind of the happiness level in something in your life is totally saturated now. It probably can't get any better, you're thinking. So you're thinking, what's next? One area of your life is just sort of like completed for you, or you're just feeling really positive about this one particular area of your life. Yeah, it might be inspiring, you know, other people to be a little bit jealous of you at the moment. You might be feeling like there are some people that are, you know, would love to be in your position at the moment. Coming up in the near future for you. Okay. I feel like you are going to have to communicate somebody. You're going to really have to draw a very strict line in the sand with somebody here, okay? Really, you have to be very stern and put up some boundaries with somebody. I feel like you are maybe going to have to communicate with somebody a secret that you know, or you will have found out some information that you have control of. You're the one holding this information. You think, what am I going to do with this? It looks like you might have to communicate something that's been hidden, something that has been a secret, and you are going to have to maybe tell somebody about that. That could cause you a certain amount of stress, but you're the one that is in the control. You're the one that has that information. You're the one holding it, and it's your choice what to do with it. So bringing me back to this, you know, sound the fierce flute, okay? And what did that say about choices? So, you know, it's kind of saying, oh yes, so if you wish to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, and these are really loving, joyful, and abundant cards. The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups are like, you could not ask for any more happiness here presently. But it's like, you know, you have to discern between higher and lower vibrational choices. Okay, so is it in your best interest to tell this person this information? You're the one with the choice here, Gemini. You're the one that's holding kind of the secrets. Would this be opening Pandora's box, or is it the morally or ethically right thing to do, and will you feel unhappy if you don't do it? So they're the kind of choices that you may have to just discern between at the moment. I think we should clear up these cards a little bit more. And like, I feel like it's not that you're judging this person or you're judging their situation. It's just that some knowledge came your way and something kind of became clear to you. It also kind of tells me though, like, you know, with this High Priestess in reverse, you might not be so sure about what's real and what's not, or what's true and what's not. So maybe it's just an advice before you start communicating this to somebody. Figure out if it's definitely true, and, you know, kind of just really, if you decide to go that route, you have to discern what's real and what's not. For Gemini, let's look back over these past rows. We've got 6 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. You had to make a tough decision recently, Gemini. I think it involved you leaving something behind, or just getting away from a very stressful environment, but that kind of restored a sense of optimism with the Wheel of Fortune for you. Let's clear up this row then, the past for Gemini and Gemini rising. Some of you had to make a tough choice recently not to go somewhere or to travel somewhere. It was like you made a decision to travel or not to travel. Wheel of Fortune being Jupiter and 6 of Swords, travel coming up. So that might have been what a painful decision came about. Some of you had to say, oh, I'm afraid I can't go, or some of you did make the decision to go and it just maybe didn't work out so well. 9 of Swords, something kind of stressful. Death card. 3 of Pentacles. You were really stressed about bringing something to an end. You were really, really stressed out about moving away from this situation, from this unsettling. You felt really guilty, Gemini. You felt like a sense of duty and obligation to people, but it was really, I guess, stressing you out so much. And the decision was hard to move away from it and cut ties or just end whatever that was. But, you know, it has ended. Death talks about a new, a total death and rebirth. So old cycles ending in our life to totally begin and transform anew, okay? And it's going to 3 of Pentacles. And this is this mountain, interestingly enough. Okay, that's the mountain I saw you on. And what were you doing there? Somebody was saying stop. And I get that it wasn't like a panic or anything, but it was like, stop. You're overthinking this, or you're what am I trying to say? I feel like that person or your guides were saying to you, like, whatever you've been contemplating long and hard, you've reached the top of the mountain with something. You can't go any further. So stop beating yourself up. Stop trying to like drag blood from a stone, basically. It's over. It's ended. Time to begin a new cycle and stop stressing yourself out so much about it. Let go of that guilt if it's possible, Gemini. This is just talking about new contracts coming up for you soon. So like, you know, new negotiations, new networking, new collaborations and team effort. So I see that the old had to die off for this happiness and love to come in, which is presently all around you. You just have to access it. Let's clear this up. So there might have been some sort of a drama with a family situation. You might have heard some information and that's what you're going to be kind of weighing up in the near future. So let's clear up this middle row, okay, Gemini? I think you're feeling really good at the moment. Looks like you could be getting headhunted, yes. It looks like somebody really, you're very magnetic at the moment and attractive. Let's keep going though. Let's look at this middle row for Gemini, clear up what's going on presently for them. Strength card. Yeah, okay, so there's something you're really excited to get moving on now, okay? After we've kind of shifted away from this more heavier, mentally draining, worried energy, you're feeling guilt, you feel like a sense of responsibility or duty for somebody. Optimism has been recently restored for you, Gemini, because I guess you've realized your strengths now. You've realized your talents. You've realized that a lot of people want you in their life and want you around them. But so you've recently discovered some sort of a talent of yours, something that actually equally makes you happy, and you're now kind of excited to get these plans in motion. So I saw you at the top of this mountain, okay? And yeah, mountains represent symbolically endurance, death card, or sorry, oh, I'm throwing this all around, sorry, Gemini. Strength card is about endurance and of course our inner strength. So I think that your guides were just telling you, like, stop trying to solve everyone else's issues. There has been something in your life, Gemini, that you have reached full completion on. You've reached the top, and you've reached the top on something, and you know it's a really job well done, you're really happy about it, and that's kind of just what's coming up for me now, that there is some sort of there's a Leo maybe around you, I think, that's kind of testing you. That could be what it is. I've got, you know, this Mars and Leo energy here, and I've got strength card being the Leo card. So I do see that there is a Leo around you that's kind of testing you. Everything else is really good, but they're just kind of annoying you for some reason or another, and that could be what that could be what your guides were telling you, like, hey, stop, like, this person, you can't help that person anymore, or like they're not totally your responsibility, kind of was coming up. Let's clear up this last row. So the Emperor, the Eight of Wands, and the High Priestess in reverse. It's striking me, Gemini, that you're going to come by some information soon, and it'll be in your control. You're going to have the power over it, but it'll be revealing something secretive to somebody else. Yeah, it looks like you're going to know some information. That's something that's been hidden, and you have to decide what you should do with that information. So what should you do? Let's have a look at this last row for Gemini. Could be one of those choices that you have to discern, right? A lot of choices, Gemini. The Lovers, the Gemini card. So ultimately, it looks like you're going to be free and liberated by the end of this. This is you flying from this mountain peak away. Freedom, liberation, happiness, and getting away from the responsibility and guilt, because you've ended a cycle in your life with something so that you can start it again. You had to get away from something that was stressful. A painful decision had to be made around this. But you know, ultimately it renewed optimism in the past, and now you're living in that optimism. And I see these cards like a real beautiful colors coming through now. Everything else is looking a little bit darker. We have some color going on now, Gemini. We have you feeling lighter and brighter. This Gemini card, the Lovers, your energy coming through, does tell me that you're going to make the right choice. Trust in your inner voice. High Priestess in reverse is telling me potentially you are not trusting in your inner voice, and you're blocking your intuitive channel. But ultimately, the choice that you make is going to set you free. Maybe it'll be the truth that's setting you free, but ultimately there is communication, big time, that's needed. Eight of Wands is all about communication. It's Mercury in your sister sign Sagittarius, and we have Gemini here, the communicator. So yeah, look, you're going to have to face up to something and speak to somebody about something that you know that they do not know, unfortunately, and that is just the choice you're going to have to make. But ultimately, I see you leaving behind. You've reached the top of this mountain, and you're just ready to soar now. You're ready to fly away. You've reached the top on something. There's nowhere further to go, and it's what's going to liberate you and set you free to kind of begin a whole new life cycle. And if you look at the bird imagery here between Death card and the Lovers, it's so different, right? This was the ending of an old, and this is the beginning of a new, and that's what's coming up for me on the tarot cards for you now. I think we should just close out with one more oracle card. Let's see, how can we close this reading with another message for Gemini from their highest self? How will they be leaving this month? What will they be feeling at the end of this month, beginning the next? What does Gemini need to know about that? Nice. Weave the future golden. Let's read about that. Weave the future golden. Okay. This is exciting. Something good is coming your way. Kuan Yin urges you to weave your future into the present moment, to call and draw to you the opportunities and teachings, circumstances, and synchronicities waiting for you. That will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. So there are a lot of opportunities waiting for you, Gemini, and I love to see that. So I see that synchronicities, yes, Eight of Wands is all about synchronicities coming up for you. Greater abundance and fulfillment in creative joys. Whatever you love to do, you can weave that into your present. And I see for some of you, very much you are weaving these kind of abundance and creative pleasure and joy. You already are incorporating that into your present situation now. So I feel like there has been something, Gemini, and maybe that was you standing on the top of this mountain. You do maybe have like some sort of a secret wish or desire, and you're beating yourself up and you're saying, well, I've already gotten so far. I've already had so much luck in my life. I've already gotten so much done and completed. Do I deserve more? Yes, you always deserve to start a new chapter, totally. And I do see you ending up being free, liberated, and very happy with the decisions that you're making. That's going to be the reading that I have for you for February, some of the themes that you may expect coming up. I will be back later in the month with a love and relationship reading for you, Gemini. I have a relationship reading from January there, so feel free to check that one out while you're waiting. And I will speak to you again very soon. Bye, guys.